Okay, so Bo Nix has randomly just started a YouTube channel and also with that has posted his first YouTube video. It's called The In Between, which I'm guessing is talking about his how he's been preparing during the off season. I have not watched it yet, but I figured that this would be a nice short video just to kind of react to this and see what the starting quarterback on my favorite team is doing. So I'm not really going to waste any more time about this. Let's just go ahead and hop into it.
Nobody's gonna watch Bo Nix. Everyone was a rookie quarterback up in the playoffs, man. Come on.
Nice movement there from Bo. Also, by the way, this is sick. Like, to want to go out and do this, because stuff like this normally kind of scares me a little bit, to be honest, just because you can be showing your opponents some things that you're going to be doing in the game. But as a fan, as an analyst, I love stuff like this, man. This looks like it's made really, really well.
So in order to, compete in season, you have to be willing to face difficult challenges in the off season. If I've been in that position before, I may react better, and that's usually what good training is getting ready for those reactionary states and putting yourself in those positions so that when you...
So, first of all, as a Broncos fan, this gets me hyped up, and this is all that I've been hearing out of the offseason is that this guy is working his ass off. He's working hard. He is, he spent about a week, I believe it was, with Drew Brees, kind of just learning how to evolve as a player, but also, being able to mesh with Sean Payton, which I think is a really, really great move, as there has been so many comparisons drawn between those two. But he's clearly working his butt off, and I think that we are really in store for a big, big leap from Bo Nix this next season. And I'm hoping at least for a much faster start, because those first 3 to 4 games, obviously he was getting his feet wet, but they were pretty rough in terms of decision making and the inaccuracy that he had at times. It wasn't what we were expecting out of Oregon. So I'm hoping for a quicker start this year and for him to absolutely dominate.
Get him in a game. It's not your first time.
Also, sorry if I'm pausing a lot. "95 degrees in Colorado. It's like that down here in New Mexico. It's awful. So I can't even imagine him being out there for, I'm guessing this is for a couple of hours.
My dad always told me when I was growing up and throwing, you warm up to throw, you don't throw to warm up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until recently that I started having to warm up to throw.
That's an interesting, that is kind of interesting. I've never really heard that. Throw to warm up, you're warming up to throw. So I guess that means that Bo normally, beforehand was throwing the football to warm himself up, which, I mean, that's it. I've never played quarterback before, so I don't really know, but that's how I would, kind of imagine what you would have to do. But I guess that's better because you don't really throw out your arm too much while warming up, especially when you're cold. That's interesting.
It still burns. I've been doing it for a year now. Good feed equals a good throw. Throwing the ball's easy. It's that other stuff that's hard.
And that's the one thing that we did see at times from Bo Nix, especially even middle to late in the season, was his inability to really set his feet at times. I remember the beginning of that Saints game especially, he tried just making too many difficult throws on the run instead of just simply planting his feet and being able to look at his target and just fire. And that's something that I'm really interested to see that he works on, is just more of the pocket presence, being able to step up in the pocket, step up and launch one. Because when he did, he was fantastic. That, 76-yard throw to Marvin Mims against the Cleveland Browns in Monday Night Football, that was absolutely amazing. And he did that by planting his feet and stepping up. So it's good to see that he's working on some footwork there to be able to step up into the pocket.
Most of the time in my position, you think you play in rhythm, you think you play on time, but really, it's not often do you actually take a normal drop and just in rhythm hitch up and throw the football. So in everything, it's going to be off platform, or it's going to be chaotic, or it's going to be spontaneous.
That's true. Normally you are facing pressure almost every single play, even when there isn't somebody directly in the face. Some play action work. So there's been on the run, but he's also been stopping a little bit, setting his feet. That's what we want to see, Bo. Stepping up and throwing.
Margin of error is very small. And most of the time you only get one chance at it. And you don't really know when that chance is going to be. So, you better hit it while you got it.
They say
4
you know,
p.m.
these
on
cliche
damn, so we're
statements
3
about,
hours into
you know,
this workout.
who you are when nobody's watching, da da da. But when you really actually think about it,
movement,
what you do on a daily basis in the off season is how you're going to eventually train yourself and the habits that you're going to form for the season. My training is centered around being the best athlete that I can be. So if I can train that in the off season, then I keep myself healthy and I just keep myself exposed.
and that's the encouraging thing about this is number one, he didn't get hurt last year, which was great to see, especially in your first year. There's always, potentially sometimes early signs with other stars like Anthony Richardson in Indianapolis. He didn't really have a problem taking hits, nothing really of that nature. And it seems like he trains hard to be able to, not get hurt, as he just said right there. So that's definitely encouraging. But also the other encouraging thing is that he talked about being an elite athlete. And you definitely saw that, right? He definitely is not the strongest quarterback or definitely not the quickest, but he does a really, really great job to use his athleticism to be able to evade that pressure, which is what got him out of a lot of trouble in his rookie year. So it's nice to see him working on more of that explosiveness as well to kind of repeat that and become even better and to be able to stretch out for a couple more yards, especially when he's on the run. And working on that power, trying to launch that ball a little bit further, right? Okay, 12 p.m., so I'm guessing this is the next day. I hope this is the next day. Or maybe they rewinded from the day before. No, it's the next day. Different shirt.
We always say sprint day for like middle of the week, so you're always sore from other things you do. But I guess when do you ever sprint when you feel good? Never.
Okay, so we're doing sprints now, and this is, like you just mentioned, this is middle of the week. This is following the hard-ass workout that he just had the previous day. And again, I like what he's doing here, right? He's kind of doing a little bit of a simulation to where, we're 12 to 13 weeks into the season, right? Everything is hurting. Your shoulders are sore from launching the ball, 100, 200, 300, 400 times every week. Your body is tired from just getting hit or having to, carry that weight around and being able to run. Your mind is even exhausted, right? From having to think through and being able to identify plays and see your routes develop and whatnot. And so being able to push through this difficult workout and being able to, once again, do his sprints in an effective fashion is going to make him better, especially later on within the year, week 13, week 14, week 15. He's going to be as fresh or at least as talented as he was previously compared to other quarterbacks within the league. So pretty smart.
Really sweaty.
Also, if you guys know what track this is, let me know down below.
The in-between is what nobody really sees,
Look kind of cool.
and to me it's the most important part of the journey. It reflects what you're going to do in the season. So if I don't train hard, if I don't train correctly, if I don't train with the end in mind, then I'm just going to go out there and kind of waste time. And yeah, it'll be difficult. It won't be fun in the moment, but when you get in the game, that's what makes those training moments more special.
Exactly, improves you. Especially with so much talk about him being older, right? That he wouldn't be able to develop as much. I think that we're still seeing the same kind of track that you would see from somebody who was 20, 21 years old. Trying not to talk over this, so hopefully.
Ah.
Yeah, I ran hard there. It looked like a 100-meter dash. And again, if you're a track person, let me know. Pretty hard. Again, not the fastest, but
When I was in high school,
my dad made me run with the track team. And we have to run 100 meters. That's the shortest thing on a track. I remember after track practice being so tired. But that was also when I was the fastest I've ever been. So every off season I like to train on a track. It makes me feel fast. But it also kills me at the same time.
Again, smart. You know, you're upgrading that speed. He's obviously not going to be as quick as he is here because he's going to be wearing pads within the game and carrying a football around and whatnot. It's going to be a lot more different of an environment. But again, having that simulation and just improving that speed. Okay, so I'm going to pause and I'm going to rewind because this is the clip that has been going semi-viral. This is kind of the only clip that I've seen from this on TikTok. So let's go ahead and listen.
I was actually talking with Cortland Sutton about this during a game. It was end of a game. It was kind of a tight game, and we kind of needed a drive. We needed to go score. And we were talking to each other, and I told him I may be a psychopath, but I love these kind of moments. I love when you don't have any other choice. You have to go down and score.
Okay, so that was great to hear right there. Obviously, don't know which game he's referring to. I'm going to guess it was the Cincinnati Bengals game when they had to go down and be able to score towards the end, and he threw an absolute missile dart to Marvin Mims in the end zone for the game-tying touchdown. But, again, you know, this is something that we saw a lot from Bo in his first years. He is not afraid to shy away from those big, big-time moments. And, again, for somebody as young as him, even though he's a much older rookie, for somebody as young as him, for him to come in and just have that chip on his shoulder, it just makes everything so much easier for the team that is able to draft you. You don't have to spend time being able to, in a way, kind of form that and put himself in those situations. Obviously, he's going to continue to simulate that for himself to get himself more improved in those situations, but he's already got that determination, that drive, and that eye for wanting to be in those spots.
I want to hit that
and not
again.
shying away from it.
Very good deal.
Like that there, corrected himself a little bit.
I did it again.
Didn't like the throw. Oop, another bad throw.
What's it?
So that's the question, is the consistency. On a week-to-week, can he be more consistent? Especially because a lot of the turnover throws that he had.
In order
were
for
very
me
tough.
to put my team in that situation, in order for me to put my team in a successful spot, then I don't have a choice but to prepare and to train really hard and apply pressure on myself in the off season, so that when I get in the season, the pressure just becomes a true privilege, and it's not pressure anymore. It's just second nature. This is what I do each and every day.
Like it. Again,
That was
like that he's
wind.
correcting it.
It's hot. And you don't really want to be out here, but you gotta lock in. And hit your
Lock
target.
in, Bo.
You're just wasting reps. That's it.
Would also kind of like to see him do maybe something with having somebody rushing him. I think I saw, I don't know if it was his dad or if it was just his personal trainer, but somebody out there with the pad kind of coming at him from which ways. I would like to see somebody, you know, rushing him, getting him on that outside, being on his back and being able to make these throws. Because, yes, you are simulating this and you are trying your best to do, you know, roll out off your back foot and whatnot. But it is going to be a lot more different on the game when you have a 250-plus pound defensive lineman breathing down your neck.
There we go. Little positive words always help out.
Again, this is really, really well made. So again, 3 p.m. So another 4 hour workout here for him. It's impressive, man. Bell work.
A perfect off season, you won't know until you get to the season. And was I healthy or was I ready to go? Was I in good shape? Was I fast? Was I everything I needed to be in that season to have a successful season? So you really don't know how successful your off season was until you see your season.
It's correct, which is a little frustrating when you're putting in all this work and you can't see it right away.
20.
But all the training camp talk has been positive. Forward arm strength. Those are tough, man. He's working hard for sure.
Yeah.
top.
My coach at Oregon, Coach Lanning, used to tell us it's all about the illusion of choice, to where people think they have a choice in life, but they really don't. There's no choice. You do it, or I guess you get left behind. So it doesn't matter if I want to be doing this or not. I'm doing it.
Now, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but that is an amazing mindset to have, especially because we have seen quarterbacks not willing to do the work. I mean, guys like Jamarcus Russell and whatnot who have had horrible starting seasons didn't really improve from time to time, and we come to find out they weren't doing really any big-time work in the offseason. So, and especially with Bo, you know, he could have came off this first year with him playing very well and making the wild card round in his first year with the team and whatnot, and bringing so much energy. And he could be sitting around right now and doing nothing and thinking that he was all right and that it's just going to translate to the second year and the third year. And he's not. He's looking to improve, which is great. Is that it? That looks to be it. I think we have a couple of
Only time I sprint is when I'm scared.
Scared speed's a different speed.
You probably play in scared speed.
Definitely oh crap speed. Run away from that guy. He's trying to kill you.
I can't even
Gloves
imagine,
fit
man.
very
300-pound guy just.
Which I don't
breathing
get,
down
because
your neck.
football gloves you should make for football players, not the generic, you know? Average Joe.
That was amazing. Bang, accuracy there from Bo. That was it. That was the entire video right there. My initial thoughts were Bo Nix is working really, really, really hard. And he is trying to prove everyone wrong who, for example, didn't like him being ranked the number 64 player in the league. And he is definitely trying to improve himself when it comes to consistency. He's trying to make himself a much better athlete, trying to get his speed up and whatnot. I think that he's doing all the right things. And this was a really great thing to see, just a behind-the-scenes look at what he's really doing some really, really long workouts. I mean, it looks like we're doing 4 to 5 hour workouts outside of the training camp that he's already doing, which is insane. And he's doing also some really, really cool simulations of being able to just, you know, go out there and you know, being able to simulate being on the run, throwing off your back foot, having somebody breathing down your neck and whatnot. He's doing a really great job of that, and also doing a great job of simulating when you're getting tired, having to push through that and come out and you know, keep the talent that you had originally when you were at week 1. So those are some of my initial takeaways. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. What type of leap do you think that we will see from Bo Nix in his sophomore season? Definitely super, super excited with so many of the additions that the Denver Broncos have made to see how this team puts things together. There's a lot of hype for them this year, so I'm hoping that we can prove everyone right this time and make it through and make a very, very deep playoff run. So let me know about all that down below in the comment section, as well as subscribing, leaving a like, and sharing with your friends. And if you haven't already, go ahead and follow us on all social medias, that being TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All of those ads are going to be down below. We're on all those social medias. You will get to see my latest reaction to breaking news within the NBA, the NFL, and combat sports. And you will also never miss for whenever the podcast decides to upload an episode. And right then and there, pretty simple, easy video, uncut. It was fun to do. And without further ado, that's all that I have. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.